Hey, family, welcome back to my desk. 42 million Americans right now are experiencing anticipatory grief. SNAP benefits could possibly not go out about a week or a couple of days from now, and a lot of people are worried. A lot of people have fear. A lot of people are experiencing anger. A lot of people feel betrayed. A lot of families who have children, elderly individuals, people with disabilities right now are experiencing anticipatory grief, and I had to get on here and talk about it. Not in a way to condemn or take sides or say who's right or who's wrong, but hopefully, if you are on SNAP, if you are in limbo, if you are experiencing this level of grief, I want to give you some advice. I also want to give you a little bit of hope as well. The truth is that grief is not just connected to death. It is not just connected when we lose someone. It's also connected when any type of change, any type of loss, any type of transition happens inside of our lives. And as I was looking at the news over the weekend, as I was seeing people inside of the food pantry lines, as I've been seeing the news articles of individuals saying where people can get help, it made me think how many people are almost at wit's end. You're experiencing a lot of emotions associated with grief. You're probably experiencing anger because you're like, you did everything right. You're like, I don't know why this is happening to me. You probably feel some level of betrayal because you were promised something. You entered into an agreement with your government that said that they would provide certain benefits for a certain duration of time. And now those benefits are not taking place. Some of you may even be experiencing sadness. You're sad because your family is affected, your children are affected, your loved ones are affected. Some of you may even be experiencing shame and guilt because you feel as though inside of this moment that you can't provide for your family, and that has you feeling very low, very depressed, very stressed, very anxious. I want you to hear me clearly. Every single one of the emotions that you are feeling right now are 100% valid, and you have every right to feel what you are feeling right now. There are a couple of things that I want to offer you as advice as you're going throughout these next couple of days. If you got a pen and paper, write these down because I think that they're really going to help you out. The first one is to recognize your feelings, speak them aloud. I saw so many people over this weekend as I was watching the news kind of choking up as they were being interviewed, as they were standing inside the food bank lines, and they did not want to speak on their reality. I encourage you, even if it's just talking to yourself inside of the mirror, tell yourself, get it out of your system. I'm scared. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I feel ashamed. I feel anxiety. I feel super stressed about what's happening. Name your reality, get it off of your chest, get it out of your system. The last thing that you want to do, and please hear this from my heart. I don't want people out here, I don't want 42 million Americans out here to be so stressed about not being able to provide for their families that our hospital rooms are then bombarded because people are having strokes and heart attacks and literally going crazy because of the level of stress that this is causing. So I want you to release it. I want you to do your best to release it. And part of releasing it is saying and speaking your reality. I also want you to name the resource that you had. I want you to say, these were my benefits. These are the things that I had. These are the things that were coming to me. But then I want you to say, but now they're not. Part of dealing with grief, and the biggest part that I see a lot of people struggle as it relates to grief, is acceptance. We have to accept that this may or may not happen come November the 1st. And let's just be honest, this may or may not happen inside of years and months to come. But the truth of the matter is that it could happen. And this is with any level of grief. You might be watching this and you're not on SNAP and you might not be affected by the government shutdown. But the truth is that your reality could change. Your reality could be different. Your reality could, transition into something that you don't want it to be. And you have to learn how to accept that reality. The last thing I want you to do is to acknowledge it and grieve it appropriately. Now, this does not mean that you throw yourself a pity party. This means that you truly sit with what's going on, that you truly sit with what's happening, and that you allow those emotions to take place. One of the things that I say inside of my book, Designing Your Goodbyes, is that sometimes when people grieve, they jump right into, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? A lot of people, when they heard the news about the government shutdown, the first thing that they went to was, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Who do I need to call? And you have not had the opportunity to truly sit and acknowledge the fact that this change, this transition could be happening. I can almost guarantee you that the moment that you pause, the moment that you breathe, the moment that you acknowledge your loss, the moment that you acknowledge that you are experiencing anticipatory grief, the moment that you name your resources that are in jeopardy right now, and the moment that you name your loss is the moment that you can pick yourself up and say, you know something, I'm going to get through this day. I'm going to get through this week. I'm going to get through this time. But if you're operating out of fear, if you're operating out of your stress, out of your anxiety, you could be making your situation worse, not externally, but ultimately internally. I want to talk to the mother out there, the parent out there, the caregiver out there. You're so stressed right now that it's having an effect on your family. It is having an effect on your environment. Don't let what's happening externally affect you so much internally that it only doubles the effect of what's happening to you externally. Here's some practical things, just 5 of them that I want you all to do over these next couple of days. The first one is to check your state situation. Every state is different. Every county's SNAP benefits and how things are playing out over these next couple of days are different. So make sure that you're staying informed. Number 2, budget intentionally. You already know that things are going to change or possibly change. And even inside of the future, plan now if this should happen again. Okay, so budget intentionally. If your benefits are delayed or reduced, there meal plans. Look for food pantries, community resources. Plan now. It is better for you to be prepared now than to wait until October 31st for everything to break loose. The third thing is to connect with your support networks. All right, friends, family, churches, food banks, any and everyone. It is okay to ask for help. You are not the only person who is asking for help right now. So don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel as though you're going to be a burden to someone. In the words of my grandmother, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Okay? Keep records and document. Save your notices. Track your communications. This is the part of managing uncertainty, is by allowing communication to be as detailed as possible so that you can be informed, so that you can also inform your family and your loved ones. And so you can really stay inside of the loop of everything that's going on. The last thing is to advocate if possible. Number 1, advocate for yourself. If you are on SNAP benefits, call your local representatives, call those that are in charge of decision making, and get those decisions to who they need to get to so that benefits can be paid. If you are not on SNAP, you can still advocate for the rights of somebody else. Call your local representative, call your community and your government officials, and let them know 42 million Americans with households with children, elderly individuals, and people with disabilities are going to be affected in a couple of days. We cannot let this happen. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, Hispanic, or a dog. This is not right for humanity. And we have to look out for our brothers and sisters who are humans, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of race. Advocate for yourself, and then also advocate for others. If you are on SNAP, if you are experiencing this anticipatory grief, I want you to just take 2 minutes today and just breathe. That's all I want you to do. Take 2 minutes today and just breathe. Anticipatory grief is real. But like I say inside of my book, Designing Your Goodbyes, anticipatory grief gives us the best possible way for us to create things intentionally. When we know it's coming, when we know it is inevitable, it gives us the opportunity to prepare, to plan, and to execute with intention instead of being caught off guard. I hope that this helps. I hope that everyone out here is staying safe. Thank you for joining me at my desk. I'm Dr. Dandridge. This has been Designing Your Goodbyes, and I'll see you all inside of the next episode, okay?